Hello, everyone. This is Paulievonedwaerd Benjamin. It's very good to be here with you. Thank you for joining and sharing your time here with thee. If you are new to this channel, a couple of things. This is an introduction to meditation. We have other videos that do meditation that you can check on under the live section that are pre-recorded that deal with certain themes of healing. This is going to be an introduction to meditation where we are going to be also going over a little bit of the history of meditation briefly, some of the science of meditation. We're going to touch on some brief work, and then we are also going to go through a shorter guided meditation. Our other videos are about 50 minutes, and please do check those out if you're more interested in meditation and dealing with certain healing and certain archetypes. What we're going to be doing in this video and a few others is going through a method at the end of this video, and in future videos we will also be demonstrating other methods of meditation. And we're doing this because we have practiced meditation now for several years, studied different styles, and incorporate it into our life and have very positive benefits from it, and love to share what we know with others. So again, thank you for being here. One other thing we'd like to get out of the way, if you're new to the channel, we use the pronouns the letters V and E, and the pronoun them, because we are non-binary. So that is also evolving though too. So we might slip into just regular using the word we for plural pronouns. But anyway, so for meditation, what drew thee personally to meditation, for wanting a deeper understanding of it, is about 30 years ago, we were sitting with a friend of ours and they said, why don't you try meditation to relax and just think of like a bead of light? And so we closed our eyes and we tried to imagine this bead of light, and it kept escaping us, and we didn't really have the patience for it, and we never really followed through on practicing it until many, like 20 years later. And this was like 30 years ago. So about 20 years later, we finally started practicing it on a more regular basis. And then about 5 years ago, it became very serious for us and part of our daily practice. And it's part of our physical exercise that we do occasionally every other day, some things like that, yoga that we do, but other practices too that we've dancing that we do. Meditation is very important to in our personal life because of how much we have discovered about ourself and in our personal development. So one thing that really sparked us it was over 5 years ago, but really sparked us to get on the path of studying meditation intensely, was because we at the time were a practicing Christian, and now we are not religious, and our meditation is very it's agnostic. It's open to anyone, no matter what your religious background, spiritual background is or is not. Meditation is for everyone. Meditation can be equated with prayer, but I'll touch on that a little bit later because they're not exactly the same thing. And of course, one word may trigger certain things in people, and the other word may trigger certain things in people. But we want to show how they are very similar in a lot of ways, and there can be harmony there with what you may already understand about meditation or prayer, and then what they do have in common with each other. But for us, we actually did first get into meditation through centering prayer, which was a Christian practice. We were a practicing Christian at the time. And it is something that was thought up inspired by God, evidently, by some monks. And they thought of a spiral. And at the center of this, you think of a word, and that is where God is. And so there's a lot of similarities in that belief and that structure in other beliefs around the world too, which is really what's beautiful about meditation. And that's what finding that point of light again for us, like 20 years later, was like a point of light at the very center of our consciousness. And then this beautiful ball of purple, warm, glowing, like gelatinous light out to the extremes of existence. And we felt connected to everything. And we thought, this is really amazing. We've come full circle with this point of light thing. And now we're also reaching out to what is this extremes of existence. And we wanted to go down it more. And we've really experienced some amazing things. Over the past year of our life, especially, we've experienced things we can't put into words. The best thing would be magic, miracle, whatever you want to call it. Different people have different words for these things. And hopefully some of you have experienced this, and it's really beautiful. And we believe that meditation has helped us to experience these things. and miracles in some of the people that we've met too. It's just been very beautiful. So a little history on meditation. I'm just going to take a drink here. So again, you'll see in some of what we have here in the history of it, how prayer and meditation really can be kind of one and the same thing, because meditation really is a state of mind, just like prayer. It's just that prayer is usually equated, usually that word is equated with particular religions, traditional type of religions, more rules oriented ones, and often is designed to be a connection with a higher power, and that's beautiful. Meditation usually is about going inwards to oneself. We believe there is a bridge there. We'll also touch on that in the science later, with an actual part of the body, that there's a bridge between the physical and the spiritual realm, through meditation and prayer. I think they both do the same thing. They just look at it from two different kind of sides in a way, or two different perspectives at all. So now this history we have here is very easy to find. You can Google search it if you'd like to and go into more detail on it. But basically, archaeologists estimate that meditation dates back to 5000 BCE. That would be about 5,000 years before Christ. It stands for before current era, though. But the earliest written records of meditation are from the Hindu Vedantic tradition around 1500 BCE. However, historians believe meditation was practiced much earlier. Meditation has ties to ancient Egypt and China, as well as Judaism, Hinduism, Jainism, Sikhism, and Buddhism. Meditation began to move beyond specific religions, especially in the West in the 20th century. Interest in meditation and mindfulness grew in the 1990s, and doctors began to suggest meditation to patients, which is very interesting. That's huge for us as someone who was once diagnosed as schizophrenic, and also someone with schizoaffective disorder, among other things. We've kind of moved beyond a lot of that, but we're still active in that community. But yeah, meditation has certainly helped us with some of those symptoms. Now, one reason we believe that meditation is really good, not just for me personally, but for all of humanity, or you could say the greater collective of humanity as a mindfulness practice, is that doing meditation, if you know it is working, that's all it takes. You're doing it. It's like telling someone, if you made someone's day today by making them smile, your job's done today. Go home, take a break, take the rest of the day off. Meditation is like that. But many people, us included, we included, have a very difficult time starting in a regular thing of meditation, even regular if it means once a month. And that is why we are going to go over breathwork later to help with that. Another reason for that is because breathwork helps one slow down. Meditation helps one slow down. We believe society needs to slow down. We believe that many societies in the world, especially first world, are all about go, 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 produce stuff, get things done, work, work, work. And that is very toxic to a good, natural, healthy human condition, we believe, to overwork oneself. We think a lot of people now, and this is true with other content creators we know, they see people reaching out more from practice on meditation. How can I benefit from this? People ask. How is it I can slow down and meditate and focus? So that is why we are starting with this breath work later. And we hope to inspire some of you, possibly, even if it's just one of you, with what we can learn about a gland inside the brain that bridges the spiritual and physical world, quite possibly. So to touch on some of that science, first of all, again, very easy to find this information. There's a lot of scientific proof, this empirical evidence in studies that have been done, that meditation helps to reduce stress, anxiety, lower blood pressure, lower pain. It enhances self-awareness and attention span, helps with memory and sleep, helps people feel kinder. There's actually been studies on like how people treat each other and relate to one another after meditation. The best thing about meditation really is that it is accessible anywhere. And that is something else we are going to show with the meditation that we have later. Know it is helping. Slow down. You'll see the benefits. Now, there's something in the middle of the brain, a gland. It's called the pineal gland. It's one way to pronounce it. And here's a quote that we have on here, some information on it. The pineal gland is commonly called the third eye for many reasons, including its location deep in the center of the brain and its connection to light via the circadian rhythm and melatonin secretion. Many spiritual traditions believe it serves as a connection between the physical and spiritual worlds. Now, that's an actual quote from a scientific article. Now, I know a lot of people define science in different ways, and is it even relevant in a space like this? And we believe that it is. We believe that we attended this wonderful conference over in the UK called Eurotas. And at this conference, they were talking, there was doctors and academics talking from a transpersonal psychology perspective. And that is the human experience is more than just empirical evidence. The empirical evidence and the science we have is important, but there is more to it that can't always be explained in words or just quantified empirically. And that is also important, how important the imagination is. And we believe meditation can get you closer to your imagination, to your dreams, to understanding what goes on inside of you, touching a personal divinity, if that language works for you, touching a connection that is a whole self and also greater than the self. If you don't believe that in this life, you are just a bundle of nerves up here in the brain and your body's dangling off of it. We believe this is the whole body is yourself and your sensation, and is a universe and a beautiful star also in and of itself. And inside of that, you can also connect to a great power that people may call God. They may call a higher self or a higher power. They may call it life energy, nature, whatever that might be. It is a beautiful, unique connection that we all can feel through meditation, because as humans, we can feel this. That's what we believe. So the pineal gland is often activated when people experience profound type of feelings during meditation and other experiences. And having it linked with circadian rhythm and melatonin, of course, it is important and critical to survival in the human species. So in order to calm oneself, to get to a point where one can practice meditation however regularly it suits one, and I want to call that out, that's very important. Remember, meditation, whatever instructions you may get from someone, including us, whatever you may hear about, do it this way, follow these steps, please know from us personally, that is a recommendation. Meditation is very good when you do it the way it works for you, not the way someone else tells you to do it. The whole point for us of meditation is to find that spark of light within yourself, and it's beautiful and unique to you. No one else can tell you how to access that. So as we go through our daily lives, we're breathing. The human body breathes. It's a natural thing that we all do when we're going through our daily lives. Don't even think about it. And many people recognize that in practicing things that require physical activity, especially new things, that calming oneself and controlling the breath can help when you're doing like a physical exercise. Well, if you look at exercising meditation this way, breath work, you're going to be breathing in maybe a new way that we would recommend, or something close to it that works for you, because we are going to be recommending breathing in the nose, out the mouth. You can do it the opposite way. Try to think of it like a cycle. Or think of it, another term for it is boxed breathing for breath work. I'm going to take another drink here. And what this is it's approximately 16 seconds, or a count of 16, broken into 4 groups of 4. And you're going to breathe in for a count of 4, hold that breath in for a count of 4, breathe out for a count of 4, and then hold it out for a count of 4. Now, in this, it may be most challenging for people to hold the breath out, hold empty as it's called, and that's fine. Again, this is just a basic recommendation. Do it at whatever count is suitable for you, at whatever speed is comfortable for you. The point, though, is to get your breath very deep. So you're getting your breath steady and deep, paced, but also deep. Your breath in, if anything, would be shorter than your breath out. That may also help you to hold the breath out. And we will try to lead you through, we're going to lead everyone through this right now. So get in a comfortable position. You don't need to close your eyes, just get your whole body comfortable. However, shake out your arms and fingers and legs a little bit, and just get to a point where you can focus on your breathing And remember, you're doing this because we are going to we're going to walk you through this so you can practice this until it becomes so natural you will slip into not needing to think about it. You're going to practice this like you would practice anything else until you don't need to think about it anymore. And then that will allow your meditation to have even more benefits. So let's do this right now. Get ready to take a breath in. We're going to breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. And keep that up. When you exhale and you hold empty, if you notice that the holding empty is difficult, it is probably only because your body thinks if you don't breathe, you might die. And we know this isn't true right now. So just breathe out till it's comfortable to hold it there. You don't have to completely empty your lungs. We don't want this to be uncomfortable. You want to practice this so it becomes so natural and feels good and helps, and the breathing just becomes a thing you don't even think about anymore. So if it's painful, you're going to think about it more. So do it just breathing in, holding lightly, breathing out, and just kind of holding there at that point where the breath leaves your lungs and you can just kind of float. And then, because you know you're going to breathe in just a few more seconds. Now, the meditation we'd like to take you through, you can continue to breathe like that if you'd like, or shake it off a little bit. We're going to pick up on that again in a minute. We're going to do a pineal activation, and we'd like to thank from the Eurotas conference that we attended at Oxford University in the UK online. Dr. Glenn Hartlius led a meditation. We're going to use a little bit from his meditation as one of the presentations there. He's an award-winning scholar and psychology researcher for transpersonal psychology, and really amazing work that he and his colleagues do. And this, we attended one of his presentations, did this, a little bit of this meditation comes from that, what he led. It was our choice to actually call it a pineal activation because it focuses on going into that same part of the brain where the pineal gland is. And we were also quite feeling blessed when we were at this presentation because when we told him our experience was very auric with this, he said, "Oh, you've done this before." And I was like, and then someone said, "Hey, what company do you work for, Pauli?" And I'm like, myself, but thanks for the compliment. I can send you our personal information after the conference. It's wonderful, wonderful connection. Anyway, so what you want to do is get in a comfortable spot again, because now we're going to want to get comfortable and safe enough where we can you will want to get in a place where you're comfortable and safe enough to eventually have your eyes close or soften your gaze, because I am going to talk you through a very short kind of meditation here, this pineal activation, while going through the breath work that we did, the count of 4 in, holding it for 4, breathing out for 4, and holding it empty for 4. And so what you want to do when you're seated comfortably, shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed, brow relaxed. Just get it so that your fingers and toes, legs uncrossed if you can, whatever's most comfortable for you though, however you're seated, however your body might just fall there comfortably. And reach up to the top of your head with one of your hands, or imagine, if you don't want to reach, if you're comfortable enough, or you just want to imagine the top of your head, and this is not going to be the very, very tippy top you might normally touch. You want to go back behind the ears just a little bit, just what it feels most natural, touch there and hold. Think about that touch there and that sensation on your head, and then take away your hand if it was there. Maintain as your gaze softens or your eyes close, maintain feeling where your hand touched your head. Maintain that spot on the top of your head. We're going to focus there. Imagine it is a focus of white light. Very small, inconsequential, right where you touched your head or you imagined you touched your head. Right there on the top, just a little behind the ears. And we're going to bring that down. And remember, as you're doing this, breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Whatever rhythm you're in, you're bringing that light, that point of sensation. It might even appear as a different color to you. It might appear as a word. It might appear as just a sensation, just where you touched, but it's coming down through your head until it rests behind your eyes. It's come straight down. Even if you're laying down, it's just, you know what I mean. It's coming straight down through your head, almost as if it was going to go down towards your spine, but then it kind of rests behind your eyes. That is where you are right now, your sensation. And as you breathe in, it glows, a warm, glowing, golden, healing light. And as you breathe out, you radiate this healing all through your body. Breathing in, and that focus there in your head. Breathing out, radiating feeling, sensation. Know it is working, helping, glowing. We as humans all have a gland there in our brain, strengthened by this regular breathing, glowing, activated by our attention. Your attention to that spot in the middle of your brain, connecting the brain to the mind and back again, and maybe more. Take a deep breath in, hold, and release. And let's all start to come back now. You want to come back to your room, a place where you're at, where you're seated, where you're laying down, where you're relaxed. And you're going to remember how to do this. Remember how it felt. Let your eyes open, fingers, toes, shake it out a little bit. Remember how that felt. What you were activating there is the pineal gland in your brain. The more you practice this, the more you should have sensation. It's different for everyone. And if you continue to do it on a regular basis, you may find you can move this throughout your body. Because remember, as we said, it's a beautiful thing about this is we hope you will discover that your entire body is a beautiful, wondrous thing to enjoy sensation within. We hope meditation can help you with that as it helped us. Again, thank you for being here. We will have other instructional videos in the future going over other methods of meditation and a little bit more information on meditation as things progress. We'll bring in some current events on it and some other experiences that we have had in the future. So thank you again for being here. Peace and blessings, and we will see you next time.